Oh! I didn't saw it.
The lawnmower. Wow, I got quadruple kills there. That was great. Did you just blow up your car to kill me?
Yeah, sorry. I had to. I had to think fast. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wasn't the right
I have.
I'm so dead.
Oh my
You're on
god.
your own. Throw your hat.
Is it gonna work?
Boss killed me so many times.
Okay.
Doesn't want to use his hat.
I'm gonna pay for the video. Oh! I didn't saw it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, I think it's working. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. There is a dev stream today. We're gonna watch it. Hopefully there will be some good stuff, and I have some inventory cleanup to do. Okay, let's go. Let me know if the stream is too loud or too. Oh, I got the reward from Resurgence. Give me 1 second. Ba-bum. My laptop is struggling. Okay. Okay, this should be good. Yeah, I hope it's not too loud. Let me check the sound back.
Hello.
Hello, we're here.
We're here, and it's a new launch stream, the most exciting ones. We're here to talk about
Okay.
Rise Up,
I think,
but before we
everything
jump
is
into
working.
that, I want to
Let's
talk
go.
about, well, the anniversary season, and just say a big thank you to everybody that participated, that gave feedback, that sent in photos, that was just part of it and celebrated 10 years of the division. That was quite a milestone, and I'm very excited that we all got to celebrate it together. So thank you. I'm here with Leo. Maybe you should say hi too.
Hi, I'm Leo. It's not April's Fool. This stream is for real.
Yeah, we are here.
Yeah,
I saw
we're
some
here.
people
I saw
that-
some people in the chat saying, "Oh, when the timer goes off, like, yeah, there's no stream." No, there's a stream. We're gonna be here for quite a while. We have a packed stream to go through.
Yeah. On that note, though, I hope you guys saw the audio update. Our new audio director Wilhelm, he worked so hard on it. So if you enjoyed it, then go show him some love on there. But jokes aside, we have a packed schedule. So let's get on it. First, the agenda for today. Obviously, we will cover everything new season Rise Up, but we also have classified assignments return. This is the first time they're back since year 1. It's the first time that we're going to be entering the Library of Congress. We also have Escalation, which is a new, providing new difficulty tiers. So this is increasing the ceiling of Endgame. And together with that a bit, we have Prototype Gear, which is a new rarity. On seasonal content, the Black Tusk enters Retaliation, and they come with elite kill squads. We have new modifiers, new seasonal gear, and after we wrap up the stream, don't drop out because the Resurgence team will talk about their new game that just launched. So stay tuned for that. And yeah.
What a
Let's
week
get
to be an
free
agent! Like we have Rise Up season coming to Division 2. Resurgence was launched yesterday. So yeah, we're super excited. And to kick things off, we're going to invite here to our stream our dear guest directly from Bucharest, Alexandru Birzanu, our game director. And wait a minute. Now we can hear you. Hello, Alex.
Hey there, everybody. Can you hear me all right?
We
Yes,
can.
all good. How's it going?
Awesome. Hi there, agents.
Ooh,
Good.
nice.
I'm super excited to talk about the new season. You've got a lot of material over there. I also have some notes. Apologies if I look down every now and then. It's a packed season, everybody. It's really a lot. But thank you for having me, and I can't wait to delve in.
Yeah, and you mentioned a packed season, and one of the main message that we've been sharing so far is that we are raising the challenge. So from a game director perspective, what does that mean to you and to your team when approaching the creation of this season?
I think that's it.
Right. So Rise Up is a very special season for us. Throughout year 7, and even before that, we concentrated on adding new content, adding new experiences. That was for like all of our players. With Rise Up specifically, we wanted to up the challenge for the players that can right now clear heroic without batting an eye, or legendary, while also giving players that already have everything something to chase for. And we tied these two systems together. And this was the main principle of the season.
Really cool. And we will jump into all seasonal stuff in just a bit. But first, we're going to cover classified assignments that we're adding this season. So the narrative arc is the mystery of the lost agents. And you track anomalies on the SHD network to locate missing division agents. So assignments are a bit more interconnected in this mode. So you have a crisis, you investigate, and it's all part of a bigger storyline.
I don't know where.
And as mentioned,
is.
the first mission, the first classified assignments will take us to Library of Congress. So it's called Library of Congress Retrieval, and you will protect the National Archives from the True Sons. So Library of Congress, how did the team decide for this mission space?
Right. First of all, agents, we're getting new missions. I promised we had something cool to show you today, so I really hope your eyes are glued to the screen. Now, with the first classified assignment, it was a really interesting experiment. Thank you to the team from Ubisoft Reflections for all of your hard work. It was interesting to work on a real-life location. It's almost one-to-one, not entirely, but if you've actually visited this place in real life, you'll be able to recognize a lot of the elements. The team also played a lot with the lighting in this level. I think it's going to create an interesting ambience that we haven't quite seen that much before. And I don't know if we should mention this specifically, but we have some agents that also like to play detective. So with these classified assignments, I wish you good hunting, agents.
Exciting.
Nice.
The next one that will come a little bit later this season, May 12th to be exact, is Capital Globe Offices. And here you infiltrate Outcast Toxic Printing Operation. So both classified assignment 1 and 2 will have 5 voice collectibles with mixed difficulty on how to get. And the final reward is an echo puzzle that requires logic and thinking.
Yeah, and suddenly I'm super loud here. And the idea of this season is also to increase the replayability of classified assignments. This is something new. As Anais mentioned before, we brought them in year 1. Now we are in year 8, and we want them to be more replayable. So we are increasing the replayability by taking off the weekly cooldown that we had before. Now everybody can play right after that, like a regular mission. After you're done, you can replay it. And we updated as well the other classified assignments to make sure that the checkpoint logic fits what we already have right now for the heroic difficulty. The goal here is to have, as we mentioned, 2 classified assignments per season. That's what we're going to aim. And we're going to have an integrated target loot rotation starting in season 1.2. The reward. So what we can say about the reward. So there will be a backpack trophies themed around conspiracy motive. So we're going to see in a bit. Yeah, this is the backpack trophy for the first classified assignment.
Nice.
Very, very cool. And also we have gameplay rewards. So when you kill the boss of the classified assignments, there will be a named item dropped. And those items will be, we can see the weapon from the first one. And those items will be available later through other ways in the game as well.
Yes, so you might wonder how to get them. Well, first off, you need to be level 30 for them to unlock, and they will appear on the map once available. You can buy them individually, and then they're 500 premium credits, but they're also included in the updated Premium Pass bundle. So this now includes the classified assignments instead of the usual 500 premium credits that is included, but we will go into detail to that when we go to the Premium Passes section.
All right, so classified assignments will be the first one will be available tomorrow, and tomorrow we also have the beginning of the new season, which brings new features, and we are gonna talk now about escalation. So it's a new difficulty tier that we have, a new way to replay the missions. We are expanding the ceiling of the end game, and this is a tougher combat for all players that reached level 40 and are now playing in the end game of Division 2. So this is a feature that will stay after the end of this season. It's not only for this season, but we're gonna have throughout permanently to the game. And basically it's gonna take the players in a weekly basis to different missions, strongholds from the base game and from the DLCs. The idea is to expand this playlist in the future as well. So every Tuesday you're used to the vendor refresh, every Tuesday the projects refresh on Tuesdays. We're going to have the refresh of the playlist of the missions you can play on escalation, and there are 10 tiers of escalation, and each tier brings different rewards. Obviously, as harder they get, better the rewards. You can access everything through the escalation menu in the base of operation close to the countdown vendor. All right, Alex, escalation, it's not only new difficulty, we're bringing mutators. What can you tell us about what is a mutator and how players will feel them in the game?
Sure thing, Leo. So I'm super happy that we got to bring escalation into the game, first of all. Now, as we were developing it, just adding increased stats to enemy felt a bit repetitive. Sure, we're gonna have a playlist of missions, like Leo mentioned, 5 of them each week to keep things fresh. But in order to create a bit more variety, we came up with this notion of mutators. Think of them as kind of a seasonal modifier, except it's unique to escalation. You've got mutators that help enemies regenerate. You've got that mutator that shoots fire bullets and ignites you every now and then. And you also have hot foot, which basically as you stand still, it fills up a bar. Should that bar fill up completely, you get shocked. Now, strictly on the hot foot discussion, yes, we have nerfed it. The bar will decrease slower. Yes, it will also decrease slower. Did I say increase first time? So it will increase slower, but it will also decrease slower. And I'm happy to report you will be able to revive a fellow agent without the bar filling up completely.
Yeah, so as Alex mentioned, we're going to have those mutators in escalation. As you go progressing through the tiers, you're going to have more mutators. They're going to be tied to the tiers, so we're going to learn when they are on or not. And do you have any favorite of those? Because you mentioned hot foot, but do you have any one that is like your favorite, that you think that this is a good challenge for our players?
So I don't want to sound mean in any way, but hot foot is my my particular favorite one, specifically because it makes us play in new ways. We're so used to just standing in cover, the enemy shoots, then after they're done, then you shoot. Hot foot works specifically against that, right? It makes you move. It makes you have to abandon cover. And with the increased lethality, right, positioning outside of cover becomes even more important. You have to be on your toes constantly. So I really like what we did with hot foot. Not to the extreme that it was in the PTS, but I think it's in a solid place right now, and it gives for an interesting experience.
Yeah, so again, Hotfoot was adjusted based on the PTS feedback, and we are excited to see what you guys think tomorrow when you will be able to play. So talking about escalation as a whole, like we have, escalation is a huge addition. So we are bringing 10 difficulty tiers, no checkpoints, new mutators. What core goal did escalation serve in the broader endgame vision?
Right. So we saw from a majority of the from a section of the player base that they no longer felt challenged while playing the division, and I think that's a pity because it can lead to boredom. Escalation was designed specifically to up that challenge. I think right now, even after tier 5, it becomes way more challenging than legendary. Right. So you can really push your builds to the maximum and test your might as it was.
Yes, and this is a challenge that you can play solo or in a group, depending on how you want to approach each tier. So matchmaking is based on tier rather than specific mission. And once inside a mission, matchmaking turns off, so it's invite only. And some group rules. So party leader selects the tier and spends the tokens. Leader earns the main token rewards. And all players get a standard reward plus a smaller share of token rewards.
I feel that we need to touch on the tokens because that's something that we haven't covered yet. That is the fact that to play escalation, you need to put some tokens in. The first few first tiers are for free, but you're kind of gambling. Like if you put more, you're gonna get a higher tier, and then you're gonna get better tokens. And if you fail, you lose all of them. So it's basically a new currency. And I would like to understand from you, Alex, what was the rationale behind the scenes when the team decided to add a new currency-based progression to the system, to the escalation?
Don't we all just like new currency in the division? But I'm joking. So with escalation, we also found out that having some sort of risk to your run added to the challenge. Now we do have a timer, but that timer is for edge cases and to make sure that the server stays healthy. It's not necessarily to challenge players. Sure, if you're playing ultra slow, the timer will be a challenge. But the main risk reward system that we wanted out of escalation were these particular tokens. So right now you have to figure out how strong your build is, when to push for higher tiers, and when it's maybe safer to farm at the lower tiers. And let's say that later down the line, throughout season 1, you'll be able to use those tokens in some other means.
Cool. Back to matchmaking. If you're not level 40, because this is for veteran players, this is for hardcore players. So if you're not level 40, you will get kicked out, right? You're not allowed to test this out just yet.
I have a special note on this. So
Yeah.
we've noticed after the PTS a couple of exploits or edge cases that could put server stability in danger, particularly when high-level players could matchmake with low-level players. So right now, there will be a fix in it for launch, whereby I highly encourage low-level players not to engage in any escalation-related activity. You will be immediately booted to the main menu with a delta error. The server is fine, I promise you, and it's just you that are getting booted. So this is meant to be an end game to the end game. This means you gotta reach level 40, you gotta work on your watch, you gotta get a strong build running. Under level 40 should not be acceptable. So right now, this is our solution to maintain server health. So please don't try experiments. Let's just play nice this season.
Yes, and another note on the tokens is that they reset at the start of each season.
That's
That's
not
good
good.
to know.
For reasons that will be explained later down the season. I also wanted to make a couple of notes regarding what we observed in PTS and what you can expect for live. So for escalation, we removed, in terms of rewards, we removed the lower end mats. The reason for this is I don't want players to just spam escalations non-stop. We have other activities, fun activities, that I'd like players to engage with. Now we're keeping the high-end rewards, and that is the field recon data, SHD recalibration, and the exotic components, and these are guaranteed drops. Of course, the higher tier you go, the more rewards you get. And we mentioned in the patch notes a substantial increase to drop rates for something that we're going to talk about soon. the substantial increase is so substantial that putting percentages in the patch notes felt funny, but I can say that it's 100% increase in tier 1 up to 300% in tier 3. We wanted drops to be rare in escalation. We didn't want them to be as rare. So right now, I think we're in a really good spot with them, and we'll keep an eye on it to see if it needs more tuning. And was there anything else in my notes? Nope.
Okay, we can cover, because now we're going to talk about prototype gear, that is this mysterious drop thing that you just mentioned. So a little context for the players who are wondering or haven't played the PTS. What is the prototype gear? Is a new rarity of gear that we're introducing with year 8 season 1 Rise Up season. It's basically a new other level of gear that you can acquire through the escalation runs. It's not mandatory. It's not something that you need to complete any of the activities and the content that we have in the game right now. But it's something that during the PTS we notice a lot of feedback from the community, a lot of adjustments that we need to do. So before going to the whole prototype gear section, I would like to talk to you, Alex, about these feedback, because we saw a lot of frustrations from the players, but we also through the dev notes that we already shared, we address a lot of them as well, right?
Right. So, thank God we did PTS first of all. So, no feature comes out perfectly, and it is with the help of the community that we can reach a healthy state for our feature. So, yes, prototype gear is something for players that already have everything, to give them something to chase. Now, escalation, I just figured out on my note. I'm sorry, I'm going back. Escalation, we meant always to ship it with daily targeted loot in it. It didn't get in for launch. It'll be in super soon to help combat the RNG. But I don't blame players for how they felt during the PTS with low drop rates and no daily targeted loot. Now, we also heard feedback from the community that more control would be desired on how you customize your gear to help combat the large loot pool that we have in the game. So we're definitely going to work on a way to recalibrate prototype items. I say a way because prototype works a bit interestingly in our backend system. But yeah, I think with the changes in the daily targeted loot, with the increased drop rates, and we also nerfed the expertise costs by quite a lot, like exotic components required to reach level 0 to 30 have been reduced by 50%. I think these changes put prototype in a way better state than they were at PTS, and will continue updating it as it is.
Yeah, so if you want to know how to get prototype gear, there are basically two ways. One of them is through escalation run. So as we mentioned, we buffed the drop rate so you can get better chances of getting through escalation runs. And also you can upgrade your high-end gear that is already on expertise level 30 to prototype gear as well. The higher the tier of escalation, higher the rewards, and high-end gear can be upgraded through the prototype lab. So prototype gear is intentionally rare. What balance goals were behind making them powerful but limited? We mentioned that it's not required to complete any of the content that we have right now, and something important that we shared through dev notes that is going to be normalized for PvP incursions and raids. So what is the goal here?
So the goal was always to give players something new to look forward to. Prototype gear is not required in any way to finish the current levels of content. That's why we're bringing in escalation to provide bigger challenge, because with the current builds, players were already able to melt heroic, legendary, and the master climax mission. We wanted something cool, something that could create more build diversity. And when I say more build diversity, our caps in terms of, like critical chance and whatnot, they're still in place. But by gaining that extra, because prototype gear goes from high-end gear, stats-wise, from the maximum, goes above that by 1.5, right? By stacking what you previously stacked, that could open up some other places in your build to create new opportunities. Regarding the normalization in PvP, we didn't want to create more chaos. Our team right now is working on PvP changes, so adding prototype gear on top of that with augments and the extra stats. PvP is already a challenge to balance, so let's give the team a decent chance for that. Now for raids and incursions, again, players were already able to finish it with current gear, and the normalization basically makes prototype into normal gear. We disable the augment and we give you the same stat as if you had max rolls for that gear. And the plan for normalizing it, we still want raids and incursions to feel challenging, because there is a plan to update and refresh the rewards that these experiences give you. So by making them easier, I also couldn't put desired rewards behind them. I'd have to put them somewhere where there would still be difficulty. So this is why I wanted normalization for now.
Yeah, and you mentioned the rewards. So one of the changes that we're making to this season is actually to add different rewards to raids and incursions. That is called the prototype core caches. So we are adding a new material called prototype cores that you use to level up your augments. So the augments are kind of like a different type of talents, but it's not tied specifically to one gear. It's a shared pool that every prototype gear can have, and you can level up that using prototype cores. So if you play raids and incursions, you're going to have a better chance of getting those materials that will help you through progress. Those prototype cores also can be obtained by dismantling prototype gear if you don't need them. All right, so I feel that we kind of cover everything about prototype gear. There's just one extra topic that I would like to...
I have one note, Leo. I have one note on prototype gear, Leo,
But I do have something as well. I was about to ask you about the feedback that we got from the community about optimization and recalibration. Is that your note?
No, that's not my note. So for recalibration, again, we heard the feedback. We understand that players want more control. We'll find a way to recalibrate a prototype in some shape or form, and we'll go from there. We'll see how the community feels once we have all of these changes, right? Daily targeted loot and everything else. My note was, I do have a warning for release for prototype gear. Now, if you plan or if you already play skill build, bear in mind, I'd say hold off on upgrading your current gear if you have it at expertise level 30, upgrading it to prototype. We've played a lot. Skill tier is an interesting stat that we have in the game, right? It has no ranges, so I couldn't. We tried a bunch of things in order to make it interesting for prototype. As we experimented, we didn't quite make it in for launch, but likewise, I expect very, very soon to have a solution for them. So if you have a skill build, maybe don't upgrade to prototype right now. Maybe just go for the rolls for that.
All right. So we cover escalation, we cover prototype gear. I feel that this is the final moment of this stream to like wrap up everything together. So we're adding a new layer of difficulty for players to expand the ceiling of the end game, and we're adding a new type of gear that is the prototype gear. How do you see both of them combined for this top of this 1% hardcore players that are right now looking for a new challenge, and how do you see that evolving throughout year 8?
So I think because we've also heard the feedback from after the PTS that maybe these systems don't feel finished or whatnot. So we could have spent 8 more months in the lab designing and engineering these features, and I think we would have ended up where we are today. We built this game for the community, so we wanted more challenge and we wanted interesting rewards for people that already have everything, right? I think escalation is in a really good place on its own. I think prototype is in a really good place where it is right now. I think we can improve both of them, and same as you'll see with what's coming up, retaliation. I'm spoiling everything ahead of time, I swear. We want to make sure that our features are evergreen and they have a lasting power. So I expect tuning and us working closely with the community as we did right now after
Yeah,
this
so that-
BTS to
that's a
improve
nice
these
bit.
systems. Maybe nerf hotfoot
The-
some more.
The
Maybe.
one with the
Maybe not.
footstep would have been funny.
Really cool. And yeah, as discussed, that is a bit for the more advanced players, but we also have a bunch of seasonal content, and
Yeah.
that is more
Last, I think it was
suitable
last
maybe
year
for
when they
newer
did,
players to begin with.
The big
So
exotic.
this season,
People didn't
Black
really like
Tusk
that.
is launching rapid response rates across the city in response to division activity. So we enter chaos and put out fires everywhere, facing some of the most dangerous units yet from the Black Tusk, because they have elite Black Tusk kill squads now active that can, strike anytime,
This is the
anywhere.
story, I think.
So it's really exciting start of the season. Black Tusk Retaliation.
It's a new thing, and we are super excited about the Black Tusk Retaliation. In case you don't remember what is the Retaliation mode, was something introduced in Year 7 Season 2, the Pact Season, and it's a new game mode that when you complete missions, you kill enemies from a specific faction, they got agitated, they got annoyed, and they eventually retaliate through controlling one named zone. They got all the control points, and you have a timer, and you need to clear all the control points in that specific timer to get blueprints. So this season we're bringing Black Tusk as a new faction to Retaliation mode. When we launched, we only had the 3 factions from DC, the Rikers and the Cleaners as well. Now we're finally bringing Black Tusk. This was one of the feedbacks that we got when we released Retaliation in the first moment. Like, people were like, hey, we want Black Tusk as well. Now it is. Now here it is, and we are adding more exotics to the drop pool of the blueprints for Retaliation. So just a quick reminder that when you complete a Retaliation, there's 2 ways of getting blueprints from exotics. One of them is just by completing the Retaliation or having success with that, and the other is by defeating the kill squad. So each kill squad from each faction has different exotics blueprints dropping. So we're going to share in the patch notes that will be posted later today the full table with all the exotic blueprints that you can get from each faction. We have some new ones to the existing factions. For example, the beacon the exotic will be dropping from the Rikers. Big Alejandro, one of the community favorite one, is gonna drop from the True Sons, for example, and we have the whole loot pool from the Black Tusk, which includes some of the Dark Zone and Raid exclusives that the community always wanted. Again, Retaliation is a permanent feature, and bringing now the Black Tusk is also a permanent addition to the game.
Yes, something else that's new is how the agitation meter fills up, and it behaves a bit differently during other factions' retaliations. So what motivated this redesign?
I mean, back in Season 2, first of all, I'm super happy with the reception of Retaliation in Season 2. Good job, Dragos, the designer that came up with that. Back in Season 2, I remember a lot of the feedback that we got were some of the players really enjoyed Retaliation, and it felt kind of bad to finish a Retaliation then having to do an entire mission or a stronghold on heroic in order to fill up the bar again. So what we did this season was exactly what you described on Ace. We've added this overclock mechanic to the bar. Now you can fill up a bar, and if your plan is to just do Retaliation all day, you can continue filling up that bar up to a maximum of 3, so that when you're ready, you can jump into Retaliation, finish it, and at the end of it, immediately go into the next one. And this way you can do back-to-back-to-back Retaliations if this is the kind of activity that you really like.
Only how
Yeah, and fighting other factions' retaliation also fills up the Black Tusk bar a bit. So they're on. They're gonna be
They're paying
attacking.
attention to everything. Yes.
Yes. Black Tusk retaliations can occur in DC and Woney, not Brooklyn. And they can take over control points in the open world if a retaliation is lost, but unlike other factions, they won't expand further through convoys or territory control. And Black Tusks, like you said, are new to retaliation, but they are here to stay. However, this season they are joined by elite kill squads, and they will disappear when the season ends, so season exclusive. Defeating Black Tusk kill squads give you a chance to earn blueprints for several rare exotics, including Climax exclusives, as well as Capacitor and Vindicator. And completing a full retaliation gives a chance to earn blueprints for certain raid and dark zone exclusive exotics. So the Elite Kill Squad, better known as BTSU-9, is more coordinated and significantly more dangerous than regular kill squads. What can you tell us about them, Alex?
In the pursuit of higher challenge, we now have this amazing kill squad that joins us this season. This is a team of highly trained units that should put more builds to the test. They're quite dynamic, and they are composed of a larger range of units than normal. So I can't wait to see how players will deal with this new challenge in the retaliation.
Yes, and completely wiping out an elite kill squad or completing a control point during retaliation can drop a new material. So we have diamond transceivers used for blueprints tied to retaliation. Yes. And the elite kill squads, they also have unique identities, so names and collectible voiceovers, and the entire outfit for them will be obtainable through the battle pass. So if you think they look cool, then this is your chance to grab their outfits. Some quality of life improvements. You already touched on overclocking, so you can, go up to 300%. What was the thinking behind this? What player behavior did this want to serve that we added this overclocking feature?
Just players that like to do more. Right, in Summit, you can just do Summit over and over again. Countdown, likewise, you can just do it over and over again. For Retaliation, you always had to pause if you wanted to do another one. So we're giving you the chance of maybe today you fill up your bars of overclock, as it is the bars of agitation, for one particular faction, and then take a break, maybe come in later, and just do them all back to back.
Very nice to have. We also added matchmaking, so matches players using the same global tier. And yeah, the time to collect loot has also been increased from 30 to 90 seconds. And yeah, expiration timer pauses when offline or inside retaliations. So we got a lot of feedback from players on this. Would be a nice addition.
It was very cool to see how much feedback we got from the Pact season and how much of those we are addressing by making those changes to retaliation in this season. And it was just a time frame of like one season between one and the other. So yeah, I hope the retaliation players really love that. It's my favorite mode by far, so I'm super excited.
What do you feel about retaliations, Alex? Are you excited to jump in and meet some?
We got matchmaking. First of all, we got matchmaking, and the timer finally stops. I cannot express how annoying it was to me that I'd fill up a bar and maybe I'm too tired for the day, or I don't know, I gotta leave the house for the day, and then coming back to it, having the entire name zone controlled. And I'm like, I also really enjoy retaliation, so losing that opportunity was a very feels bad kind of moment to me. So I'm so happy that we got the change in. So now that timer, as soon as you log off, it pauses completely. It's only in-game time. We still wanted you to have that pressure of don't ignore that faction that's about to retaliate, right? So while you're in-game, please remember you need to do it. But that offline pressure was... didn't need to be there, and now I'm happy that we made this change.
Yes, we have a lot of other things to play with this season because we have a bunch of seasonal, modifiers coming to the game. The seasonal modifier introduces a wide range of possible combinations, offering deep layers of optimization for most dedicated players to seek to refine their builds and strategies. So the global modifier is called Recombinant, and it's built around 3 modules, so offense, defense, and utility. You start equally weighed 8 times 3, and this is a stable start. You can start here and test it around, but as you progress, you can actually redistribute these stacks.
Yeah, and as always, we have the active modifiers, the ones that you can activate during combat. We have 3 this season: the Blackout Pulse, the Cloud Armor, and the Optimize Overload active modifier. They are all starting at level 1, and they can go up to level 5. When they reach level 5, they have a special ability being unlocked by that. For example, Cloud Armor is all about defense, so when you activate it, creates a support field that restores armors from the allies around you, so it's like an instant restoration of armor. And when you got to level 5, that's when you also blind the enemies, so you can upgrade all of them. They go from 1 to 5, and when you upgrade them, actually you're adding more modules to your global modifier. So no matter if you're upgrading the offense or the utility or the defense, you're gonna get all the stacks in all the 3 modules, so you can play around with them.
Yes, and then we have the passive modifiers. So these don't give you an ability, but they change how your offense, defense, and utility stacks behave. So we have 34 available ones.
34.
So, yeah,
yes.
it's insane. So the combinations are, well, math. You can equip the multiple, and also think about that, like where you place them makes a difference. So test around and have fun. You get them by seasonal journey or by the vendor at the White House using BTSU firmware. So yes, a new currency. This is earned from
I
seasonal
didn't
journey
really,
and scouts. It's used to
understand
buy
that part.
passive modifiers, and it's available at a shop in the White House next to the specialization NPC Coop Dennington, also known as the Quartermaster.
All right, and also finally we have the hostile modifiers, as we have every season. We have one called System Drain, Inversion Field, and Obstructed Virus. If you're coming back to the game, I know that a lot of players are coming from like they played in 2018, 19, 20, 21. You can see now on top of the some of your enemies, you can see, for example, the purple one. It has one modifier mark, and each one of them, there are 3 types. They have unique gameplay related to that, so you need to understand how they behave in order to make better tactical decisions to your combat. Alex, this is a lot of modifiers. This is some people think that they need like a sit down in a classroom and learn all of that, but it's complex in terms of like very a lot of combinations, a lot of possibilities, but we meant to make it in a very intuitive way, simple as well, because you just play around and you see how your stats go up and down, right?
Oh, I can't hear you. Can chat here?
Bit.
Ah,
Hello?
here
Yeah, we
go.
can hear you now.
Yeah, gotcha. Cool. So I was saying, I promise we're not evil, and we're not trying to make anyone go back and restudy algebra. But when you look at it face value, right? 34 passive modifiers. That sounds like a lot. That feels like a lot. It kind of is a lot. But bear in mind, you don't have access to all of them as you start the season. Actually, you don't have access to any of them. You'll get this resource, the BTSU firmware, by doing the seasonal journey or by doing scouts. And you go to the special vendor and you get to pick and choose which passive modifier you want to unlock. Now, in terms of the combinations, yes, there are many. Please don't look it up. It's like insane amounts of many, but you don't need that in order to get something out of this. So for example, if all you want is to be able to have more weapon handling added to your build, it's super simple. It's like you pick 3 modifiers from the offense tree, almost any one of them, depends on what you want to sacrifice, but like the decision is straight. If this is everything you care about, you'll see it's a straightforward decision. What we wanted with this system, with the passive modifiers this season, was twofold. We wanted to help out players to be able to pick the weakness from their build and use these modifiers to complement it. And additionally, we did want the system to be easy to pick up, but also provide a lot of depth to anyone that wants to figure out all of the nooks and crannies. So you'll see that there are offense defense, and utility, passive modifiers, and those are pretty straightforward. So if you just unlock those, it will be quite clear. When you go to the wild cards, I think that's how we last called them, those are going to be the ones that really shift stats around in more complicated ways. If you don't want to interact with them, that's fine. You can go for a simple build. If you really want to push it to the extreme, a tiny bit of math, subtraction, and addition is required.
All right, so we are about to say goodbye to you, Alex. It's been a pleasure to have you here. This season has a lot of content. I know how hard you have worked to make it happen. We're super excited for year 8, and this is the first season of year 8. So I would like to ask you to share a final message about how excited you are for all of that, and what players can expect, what this season means to the long road, and how open we are to feedback, because I feel that sometimes people don't really understand how much we read feedback and we take into consideration, and it's been very very cool to see how much engagement we got back from this new moment of Division 2. The PTS almost break records of participation, and we are super happy to see people engaging and helping us making this game better. So yeah, from a game director perspective, what do you think about all of this?
I'm incredibly excited and hyped. So I think year 8 is incredibly ambitious, and it is so ambitious because of all of the love and support that we receive from players. It's been awesome to see the reactions from the 10-year anniversary, all the engagement, all of the positivity. I was screaming at the office every hour as I was refreshing Steam. New peak. So that was super cool to see. With season 1, there's a lot of content. Like, there's so much content, we all need to have a bunch of notes. And looking at my notes now, I've still missed 2 or 3 updates. So apologies. You'll probably have to see that in the patch notes. But I think this is a telling sign of the ambition that we have for year 8. This is only the start of the year, right? And this is what we're bringing to the table. Sure, not everything is, not everything was perfectly received, but that's why we do PTS, right? We don't make this game for us, we make it for you, and we give you the tools to play it. We listen, and then we adapt. I think we're doing a good job at that, and I think we're going to continue on this route throughout year 8. And as a final message from me, before I go, I think what I also would like to thank you everyone for tuning in, either old or new players in the division. It's been incredibly awesome to see all of this hype. But I also want to say a really quick thank you to the teams that have been working. The amount of content that came out at the start of March and now at the start of April, it's really so much, right? With realism, visual upgrades, Division 1, now with escalation and the prototype gear, and we're bringing in Black Tusk and the Elite Kill Squad. It's really a lot. I even forgot about the seasonal modifier for a second. Imagine it's that much. So you usually see Yannick's face or my face or the community, sometimes someone from design, code, or art appear. But I'd really also want to give a shout out to the unsung heroes. And I'd like to start with audio, because whenever we have the Christmas season, right, we have that awesome login music, or the Halloween as well. They usually come in last in game development when it comes to notifying them that we need audio. So it's only fitting that we start like this first. I want to give a huge shout out to QA and DevTest for making sure that 99.95% of the bugs never reach your screens ever. Also, I'd like to shout out to production for keeping order in this chaos. And they're probably so busy right now, they're not even seeing this. And I can go on, right? But at the end of the day, it's incredible what we've managed to achieve during these last 2 months. I'm incredibly impressed by the team. So thank you to everyone at Ubisoft Romania, at Massive, and at Ubisoft Reflections for all of your hard work. I think players are in for a blast. And one more thing, and I checked with Yannick, and I can say this. I can't read chat, so I'm not sure if anyone mentioned this. But if anyone wrote in chat, PvP changes, when is PvP coming? It wasn't this season. agents, but very, very soon, that season will come. So thank you so much, everybody.
All right, and thank you, Alex, for taking the time to joining us and for talking to the community here.
Bye. Thank you.
My
See
pleasure.
you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
Taking
Yeah, we
those
can
off,
take those off
so I
now.
don't have to hear myself. Okay. We're moving on to through the season and looking at gear next. So we have some new gear for you. First off, we're gonna have a look at the Royal Works brand set and Agitator Exotic AR. So the bonuses here, they change when holstering and swapping weapons. For the Agitator, when holstered, it generates 50% less threat when shooting, builds up while holstered for 10 seconds, and then gives a big burst of 5 fire rate and damage when swapped to, but it makes the enemies focus on you more when used. The bonus lasts for 20 seconds and ends when you swap off early. Royal Works, it boosts handling, mag size, and crit damage the more items you equipped. The chest rewards weapon swapping when with a strong short damage buff, and the holster gives extra damage while in cover. Really cool. Next up, we have a core strength gear set and the investor exotic mask that you can see here on screen. So core strength, it turns your build into a hybrid. Each core stat boosts the other, making weapon, armor, and skill stats all scale together. The chest greatly amplifies this effect, and the backpacks adds extra core flexibility. The investor mask gives bonuses based on its minor attributes. So the red boosts crits damage, yellow boosts skills, and blue gives armor regen, letting you stack power depending on how you roll it. And then for the climax mission, we have the Whiplash Exotic Pistol, and this is guaranteed on your first completion. So when we get closer to the climax mission, you will get a close-up of that as well. Next up, we have Season Pass.
Season Pass. Yes.
Yes.
We have changes, right?
We do. We have some Black Tusk. Here you go. Black Tusk Elite Squad cosmetic rewards. So we saw the Elite Kill Squads before. This is their outfits. So if you want to grab them, then play the Battle Pass. We have a lot
Are we
of
getting the
premium
control?
track rewards. I usually read them. I'm gonna take a big breath of
Yes,
air.
please don't lose your voice.
Yeah, we should have a voting if people want to hear this list, but let's do it. 2 prestige arm patches, the Black Tusk drone skill VFX, the Black Tusk skill kill squad clean hands outfit, and also a Stitch outfit. Agitator exotic weapon, the Constellation exotic weapon skin. 10 gear dice, 10 universal weapon skins, and 400 premium credits. For free track rewards, we have 3 arm patches, Black Tusk Seeker Mine Skill VFX, Black Tusk Kill Squad Car Bomb Outfit. I want to see that one. That sounds cool. The Agitator Exotic Weapon, so we have an extra one there. The Investor Exotic Mask, the Star Sign Universal Weapon Skin, 2 named weapons, 2 named gear, and 1 brand set. And on top of this, you have multiple caches to unlock it through when you play. So a lot of cool stuff. As mentioned when we talked about classified assignments and how to grab those, we do have some changes to the seasonal bundles this season, just because the classified assignments has been added. So the Season Pass bundle now includes the 2 classified assignments of the season, alongside premium track rewards, 20 tier skips, a 15% XP boost, and an outfit, while keeping the price at 30 euros. As part of this change, the premium credits were removed from the Season Pass bundle. But we also have a new bundle, so the Rise Up Supply Drop. This one is a great value for players who are looking to get some premium credits this season. And it includes all items just mentioned, but also 5,000 premium credits, and that cost 50 euros.
All right. So we still have one extra topic to cover here. Something new for the community, something that is coming to the community with year 8, something that we've been planning for a while. It's something called Bug Reporter. So we're trying to increase the transparency and making sure that you guys know where to report bugs and what is the prioritization, the status of our bugs. And for that reason, we are launching today the Bug Reporter 2. That is a feature that has been used for other Ubisoft games, and now we're bringing to The Division 2. So what is that? You can go, you're going to have a link and you can read the FAQ later, but basically it's a place that you can report bugs, you can upvote the bugs that are more important to you, and will help us prioritize, and you can check the progress of the bugs, the issues, as you would do on Trello, but now in a larger scale. So now we have all the community working together, and this is a bigger thing than just like a Trello with a few issues. So you can see all of them, all the reported issues by the community present here. You can report a new issue by first writing the title, and then you can select the category, the frequency, the platform that you're playing, and you can add the steps to reproduce, so you're going to help our team to understand how to fix it. You can add all the context that you need, and you also can upload videos, pictures, screenshots, even URLs like links of YouTube videos or something. So all the evidence that can help us to understand what is wrong and how we can tackle that. In the end, the community can click on those bugs and upvote it. So the most upvoted issues by the community are going to get more priority from us, because we understand that this is important for you to get fixed as soon as possible. So our idea here is to improve our system to be better on fixing issues and also increase transparency, so you know what's being fixed, what's the status, and you can report yourself what is affecting your gameplay, your routine. It's also important to mention that if you report something that has been already reported, instead of creating a multiple version of that, it's just going to add one extra upvote to that issue. So we are super excited about that. The links will be available in our socials very soon, and will be available in the patch notes. The Trello will be updated with the link. So the Trello will no longer be updated, but now you have the Bug Reporter to follow the most critical issues from the live game. And yeah, I think that's it from us.
Twitch drops.
Oh, Twitch drops for sure.
Don't forget about Twitch drops.
I forgot about Twitch drops. I know I shouldn't. I know that you guys are here on Twitch right now watching us. So Twitch drops. We're gonna have a new Twitch drops campaign starting tomorrow, April 2nd, and we'll go on until April 9th. So if you watch, if you like to watch Division 2 content from your favorite creator, shout out to all the creators who are co-streaming this stream right now. I know that you're there, and we have 5 different rewards for 4 hours of Twitch drops. We know that we have Resurgence with Twitch drops, we have Division 2 Rise Up Twitch drops. It's a very intense and cool season, week to be a Division agent, because we have so many things happening at the same time. So yeah,
and Black Tusk themed.
It's
really
Black Tusk.
cool.
We're bringing Retaliation with Black Tusk, so it's all related to the Black Tusk.
Yes, I see that you always ask if we have them active, but they start tomorrow, so we don't have any Twitch drops active right now. So yeah, tune into your favorite streamers streaming the new season tomorrow, and you will be able to grab them.
Yeah.
I think that was it, but we do have more surprises coming this season. There's stuff coming up that we can't just talk about yet. There will be more streams covering it, so we will see you soon. And as mentioned before, Resurgence will take over once we sign off, so stay tuned for that. I know for a fact that they have Twitch drops active, so if you're looking to grab some today, then stay tuned extra for that. If we did not make sense, or you came in a bit late watching, then we do have a dev diary to summarize this season coming up just when we say bye. So have a look at that and enjoy Rise Up.
This season, Black Tusk goes on the offensive. As they retaliate, their elite forces will bring chaos across DC and Manhattan. For agents ready to push their limits further, the endgame ceiling is raised with the toughest game difficulty to date, and a new equipment rarity is introduced to push power to new heights. This season also celebrates the return of classified assignments, new gear and rewards, and so much more. Gear up and push back. It is time to rise up.
Black Tusk are now part of the retaliation system,
unleashing relentless waves of attacks the moment you push them past their tipping point. The system itself has also been improved. As you build pressure by eliminating hostiles and completing missions and activities, the agitation meter can surge to 200 and even 300%, triggering up to 3 consecutive retaliations for a much more intense experience.
On top of regular kill squads, BTSU Team 9, an elite squad, will occasionally hunt you down during retaliations. They are made up of some of the top operatives the Black Tusk have to offer and are closely tied to this season's manhunt. Defeat them and defend your territory, and you might earn some of the game's most coveted exotic crafting blueprints, including the Ouroboros, the Eagle Bearer, and more.
And to ensure every agent can push back, matchmaking has been added to retaliation, giving you the backup you need when the pressure rises.
This season's global modifier is Recombinant, a customizable stat system built around 3 modules: offense, defense, and utility, giving damage, armor, or skill-focused bonuses based on your stack distribution. They start evenly balanced, and it's up to you to shift their weights via the passive modifiers, which are the core of the system. Each passive works differently. Some boost the stat of one module while reducing another, others change the bonuses given by modules, and wildcard passives introduce more dramatic shifts that can completely reshape your setup. There are more than 30 passives, and the order you place them in matters, because each one influences the next, giving you a wide range of ways to shape your build.
There are 3 active modifiers that grant abilities boosted by the stats on your global modifier. You can level up your active modifier to gain extra stacks as well as additional effects. For example, Blackout Pulse begins as an EMP shockwave that disables electronics and shocks enemies. As you level it up, you gain extra offense stacks, which increase the radius of the shock. Leveling up can also give extra bonuses, such as reducing cooldowns, which is affected by your defense stat, or adding a pulse effect boosted by your utility stat. Hostile modifiers work in a similar way. Enemies can temporarily reduce, disable, or even invert your stats, keeping every fight unique and unpredictable.
When it comes to the endgame, we know some of you have been asking for a tougher challenge. Escalation is our answer, a brand new difficulty that takes main missions and strongholds to a whole new level. Escalation is split into tiers that steadily increase in difficulty. Higher tiers feature stronger enemies and better rewards. Some tiers also introduce mutators, giving enemies new abilities and adding unpredictable twists to every fight. To enter a tier, you'll spend tokens, a new currency earned by completing runs, with the easiest tier being free, but choose carefully. There are no checkpoints. Every attempt carries the real risk of losing your tokens. To make sure agents can rise up to the challenge, matchmaking is available at every escalation tier, making it the perfect opportunity to team up and to take on your favorite missions at their absolute hardest.
To make escalation runs worth the effort and to help you progress through its tiers, we're introducing a new gear and weapon rarity: Prototype. Prototype gear is the most powerful equipment we've ever released. Every piece comes with at least one terminal attribute, the strongest possible version of a stat, going beyond anything available on high-end items. It also comes with an augment, a special effect that can enhance things like crowd control duration or interact with other stats. Augments level up as you use the gear in combat, increasing their impact over time, and can also be rerolled at a cost. Prototype gear can drop during escalation runs, and higher tier offer better chances of earning them, but drops are intentionally rare. We want these items to feel truly special. You can also upgrade your existing high-end and gear set items in the Proto Lab, so your current builds aren't replaced, they're pushed to new heights. Exotics aren't a part of the prototype rarity, at least for now.
In this season's pass, you can look forward to some of the unique outfits of the Black Tusk Elite Squad that you'll face during retaliations. Similarly to the seasonal modifiers, this season's gear set, Core Strength, and Exotic Mask, and Vesture are about changing cores and attributes on the items in order to get further bonuses matching your playstyle. This season also introduces the Royal Works brand set, the Agitator Exotic Rifle, and the Whiplash Exotic Pistol, which will be the reward of the climax mission. Their talents will give different bonuses depending on how you holster or swap your weapons, giving you new ways to plan your loadout and combat flow.
As you know, we're very excited that classified assignments are back in the Division 2.
This season launches the mystery of the lost agents, which will have you tracking anomalies on the SHD network in search of your lost colleagues. Each assignment brings you closer to the truth and to exclusive rewards as you explore new locations. The Library of Congress, where your investigation leads you to protecting the nation's history from the True Sun's threat. And the Capital Globe offices, available later this season, where you infiltrate an outcast printing operation that's producing poison materials designed to spread the deadly toxin.
To celebrate this year of change for The Division 2, tune in to our partner Twitch streams and earn exclusive Black Tusk themed rewards as we prepare for the battles ahead. As you can see, this season is one of our most action-packed to date. And with even more events and surprises on the way, now is the perfect moment to try new builds, elevate your gear, and rise up against the Black Tusk.
Oh, can I switch 1 second? Up. If I do this. Okay, that's better. I don't know why I don't have. Let me try here. Yeah, this is good enough. Just so I can do the raid. I got Survivor, I get Demo. This one for open world, I guess. Open world. Yeah, should be good. Okay. Let's switch. And I'm going to my other character. Wait, wait, I was building. What do you mean? You mean I don't read? Wow, my last read was last year. Just in case I keep one.
Hi everyone and welcome back. We are the team here for the Division Resurgence and it
so this one is going to be
back. My name is James, I am the community developer and I'm with Erwan.
Because I need to clean up this.
Hey James, hey everyone.
This
finally,
yeah,
great.
Finally, it's been a very long journey and it really is just such a thrill to be
here we are
live with a game that you can all play now. You can all download it for free. On mobile device. We just had a really fun stream from TD2 where we found out so many cool things coming to that game, and we're all quite excited to play that. But today we're going to be back in Resurgence and for the very first time playing live on the American server. So if you guys are here and looking forward to joining us,
I use it as
we will be going into the dark zone a bit later. So stay tuned for that. I have the chat with me here. It's a bit small, but we'll figure out a way of reading the questions and getting those answers. But the goal here today for us is to introduce you to the Division Resurgence a bit, show you around the open world, and answer questions and then go into the dark zone. So, the Division Resurgence, before we get started, what is it? It is basically the continuation of the Division franchise, but this time bring it to mobile devices, so your phone, your tablet, or even emulator. If you want to play that way, that's absolutely fine by us. We just can't offer support. And basically, we are going to be coming back into the story, back into New York. It is free to play. It is an MMO experience, so you're going to be able to meet other players in the open world. And Erwan will take us around the base of operations right now. So, Erwan, can you tell us about where we are at this point of time in the story of Division?
Don't have...
Yeah, absolutely. Great question. So the Division Resurgence takes place right after the events of the Division 1. So as you can see here, we have the base of operation in New York, the beautiful base of operation that is completely restored, as you could have seen at the end of the Division 1. So there you have it. Ooh, we can see some players scouring the vendor offering. And that's pretty much it. So by the end of the Division 1, you have technically restored peace in the city. You have managed to vanquish all the threats that came your way, the cleaners, the rakers, last man battalion. And you thought everything was going great and everything would improve from there. But turns out it didn't.
I always send my build to my stash.
That's what we're going to show you today.
So I put
amazing, and so we're obviously continuing on from the Division 1, and
so I don't
the
have
story
to carry,
isn't just about going through missions, it's also about meeting characters, and I think we're about to meet a character just beside us here, maybe, that we can talk about very briefly.
Yeah, of course, because we are right after the Division 1, I'm sure you'll recognize some of the iconic characters from the game, notably Fei Lao, who, of course, is still there. She is still the commander of the New York operations here, so leading everything, monitoring everything. And you can also notice some other characters such as Roy Benitez, for instance, who is now acting as the clan coordinator in the game, making sure that agents collaborate together to keep protecting New York, basically.
So one question that we're getting is about PC emulators, and obviously, as I mentioned very briefly, you can indeed enjoy this game on a PC emulator if that's your preferred way. That's totally fine by us, no issues whatsoever. We just can't offer support. And the next question is about a PC port. We don't have any plans yet for that, but stay tuned. It's something that you guys have asked for a lot, and we've been passing it on to the devs. So yeah, who knows? For now, we are going to be concentrating on the mobile versions because that is our goal. That's why we're here, and that's why we've been working on the Division. Now, for how many years? How many years have you been on this project?
That's been a long time. That's been 6 great years. Yeah, 6 beautiful years. Not too few. I think that's pretty much the same for you, actually.
Yeah, I was here 4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
So you beat me on that one.
Yeah, we're kind of the OGs around here. Yeah, the old guys.
But it's been amazing to see the team grow. It's been amazing to see you guys come online with us and join
so there is
the whole party, really. We've had so many different close tests. We've had a lot of ups and downs during those close tests.
If you want to get everything...
We've been able to experiment a lot and improve the game quite a bit as well. And one of the things I wanted to address is that since launching, we've obviously had a few bugs. So one of the main bugs that you guys might have had was a download bug when trying to install the game for the very first time. I'm very pleased to report that should be, in theory, fixed. If it's not, let me know quickly so I can pass it on to devs. But that should be fixed now, so hopefully no more issues about that. We've had some sound issues which we're still looking into actively, but luckily, that's only linked to some devices, so hopefully you guys can wait it out. I've been told that minimizing the app and coming back in can sometimes help.
Takes a lot of time.
But you can try that out at home. But we're working on that, definitely working on that. We've had issues with clans as well, and I am pleased to report that should be fixed since this morning. At 11 a.m. French time, a fix was implemented into the servers for that. So hopefully clans should now work as planned, and we're looking at compensation for people who did lose some credits in creating clans. So if that's your case, hold tight. We're looking at that, and hopefully we'll be able to get to you very, very shortly. Yeah. So, Erwan, back into the game. I would like us to go around the open world a bit more and see what's happening in the open world.
What is happening? True, that's a true question. First of all, I just wanted to bounce back on what you've been saying, because people have been sending us a lot of feedbacks. sending us bugs that they've encountered. Thanks a lot for doing that. We still want to improve the game, so that's very appreciated. But we've also received a lot of overwhelmingly positive feedbacks, and that's super great to hear. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for your support and sticking with us for this long period of time. And we hope that the game is worthy of your expectations. But yeah, as you can see here, we're right in the open world and we can see some agents. So yeah, we can finally see some agents in New York. As Jem said, this is a full-on MMO. Someone here.
Tell us, what does this mean when going into an activity in the open world? Explain to us a bit why this changes things a bit for the open world.
But you know what? Let's go. Actually, let's try and make an activity and see if people will join us. Because what that basically means is because you can see people in the open world, you also get to interact and take part of the activities they are doing. You can join them. If you are doing yourself an activity, people can come and help you.
So one sec, while you're doing that, I do want to address quickly the chat because people are asking about the drops in the game, and we do have Twitch drops. In theory, they should be active for this live stream. So please let me know in the chat right now if that's not the case, and I'll have a quick look while we're streaming, while we're playing, at how to improve it. But in theory, you should have live drops. We have got 4 tiers of live drops. Every 30 minutes, you can get some new cool stuff. You should be able to configure that if you've got Ubisoft Connect linked to Twitch, and then go into the Twitch dashboard for your account and make sure that you are following the Resurgence live streams to get those. I know that I was enjoying DJ Tickle's live stream yesterday. Yeah, I'm name dropping. And quickly grabbed my 2 hours worth of stream time to get those drops done. And yeah, I have them all, so I'm quite happy. But let me know if that's working for you guys. Yeah, I can see other people in the chat are saying that as well. One quick question I want to address also about the capabilities of the app. People have been asking to uncap FPSs and stuff like that. That is definitely something we're looking into now. The reason why we've capped the game as it is so far is to try, first and foremost, to make it available to as many phones and devices as possible. But also, for launch, it makes it much easier for us to debug and figure out what's working and what's not working, and we can quickly address issues that way. So definitely, we've seen your many comments about this, and we are looking into what possible options exist for us. Don't wait too long before trying the game just because of that. We can still definitely enjoy it. I know that a lot of players, even high-end players, not high-end, but even players of high-end devices have enjoyed possibly downgrading their quality to be able to enjoy 60 FPS. That's definitely an option out there, and I've enjoyed it myself. So if that's your jazz, go for that, and just know that we are looking at it.
Erwan said, yeah.
Erwan.
Yes.
Where
James.
are we? Where are you? Being shot at.
We are.
You cannot tolerate that.
No, I'm not. Yeah, at first I wanted to go and check hostage rescue activity to show you what it means to partake in an activity in the open world. But one of the parts of a shared open world means that other players get there before you and they can end it. So that's what happened. I wanted to try and help a player in their progress, but actually they completed before. So let's try to see if we can find something else in the meantime. Maybe here there's
Noxas TV in the chat is saying it's live, but people are getting error codes on the download of the game. Yes, that was indeed the case in theory until this morning. We hope that it's been corrected for most people. If that's not the case for you guys, do let us know, because we are still actively looking into that and trying to understand where that might have come from and if it's still
I think somebody gave me those.
Of course. And we'd love to have confirmation from people who have had it in the past and are no longer blocked by it, that it's been properly fixed. At least that's the hope for us on our side. So let us know if that's still your case. And any Switch version coming soon, asks Bavoila in the chat. A good French name, that. No plans for Switch just yet, but a lot of people have been asking. Could be fun.
Yeah, let us know if you like that.
Yeah, I think
that's.
Yeah, I think there are lots of options in terms of what other devices we might bring it to at this stage, and we're really focused at just making sure it's available to as many people already on Android, because there are quite a few Android devices out there currently. I mean, it's easy enough to do it on iOS. I mean, there are only about 30 different iOS devices, but Android, wow.
Yeah. We've also seen comments about Steam Deck, same thing. Like, let us know if you're interested in that. We are more than willing to listen to you guys' requests.
Yep. Shepherd Infinite Yards says a Steam Deck version in the chat, and definitely want to look into that. Maybe.
Yeah.
That could be fun. I've even had people use emulators on the Steam Deck, I believe,
Okay.
and got that to
Yeah.
work. I'm not sure. I've seen
Okay,
one or
so
two people mention
what
it,
do you
but
have?
I haven't really checked it out more than that.
Bosses.
Did
so
you
we'll see.
inquire on how it worked? How did it work? Did it
No,
run
I did
well?
not. I
Okay.
have been busy
Let's
trying to
keep-
pass on feedback to the devs.
Mm.
So,
Oh.
one question also about crossplay. Now, let's have a quick word about that because that's an important one. So, this game is fully crossplay between devices, which means that if you're an Apple user and your friend is an Android user, then your friend is definitely better than you. But that's not the problem at all because
Okay.
you can still go ahead and use crossplay.
I only have one.
Yes, I'm an Android fan. Sorry about that, guys. I apologize. My mother's disappointed as well.
I think I have to keep.
But you have got the option to play with anyone from any device. So if you're using an emulator, you can play with your friends. The only limitation is that we have 3 servers up and running, which are regional servers. So you can choose to play on whichever server you want. We're currently in France playing on the
I never used
American
that for
server with no real issue
I don't
whatsoever.
think
So
I need to.
that's your jazz, go for that. But it also means that you can only play with players on your server. So be very careful about which server you play or choose when you enter the game if you want to play with friends in a different region. Erwan, where are we going?
I'm just walking, man. I'm just
Okay.
letting you do your magic and
You're just
speak while I'm just
Enjoying.
yeah. And winter
New York.
in New York, isn't it great?
Ah, it's magical time. If
Right?
only people didn't shoot at you every time you went.
I mean, that's the risk, huh?
So you're still trying to find an activity we can do in the open world.
I'm just exploring here, trying
Okay.
to see if there's anything I can do, like pacifying a street, like here.
Okay, and yes, we have got a question about the Twitch gameplay actually being zoomed in, and
I
indeed
didn't
we're
see
playing on
people
an
use,
iPad, and the ratio is a bit more boxy than the
Do I
usual
need
16:9 ratio, which means it is a bit zoomed in. I apologize for that,
Just in
but this way
case.
we're hopefully giving you guys the best quality video possible.
Yeah.
So bear that in mind, we are
Right,
using a specific specialization.
Yes.
Would you like to have a quick word on that?
I'd love to.
I'm gonna
We are
keep
playing the tech
2
operator
buckets.
specialization, which
Okay.
is an advanced specialization that you get to unlock later in the game, which is
Scroll.
one of my favorites, really, where you just get to deploy striker drones. I'm sure TDHD players are familiar with that because striker drone is one of the iconic SHD gadgets in the games, and so you get to deploy a bunch of them, and they do the work for you. So it kind of needs a tactician eye and some strategy skill to do it, but it's really great to play that.
Okay.
So yeah, this is what I'm using so far, but I'm sure you'll get to see that during more challenging combats. I'll make sure to use it to the best of my abilities.
And Ricky says, of course, you love using tech operator.
Of
Hey,
course,
hey, hey,
of
one
course.
second. This is my account,
Yes.
so don't put too much blame on Erwan on this one, because Erwan definitely knows how to play the game better than I do, so I use my drones instead of actually using my
but
skill.
yeah.
because
Great minds alike.
I can count on my drones. But,
Yes.
Erwan, where are we?
We are now
okay,
at the
so I
Spring
think I
Blossom
have,
settlement.
Tell me about
yeah.
the Spring Blossom Settlement,
What
Erwan.
is the Spring Blossom settlement? Well,
What is the Spring Blossom Settlement,
so,
Erwan?
at the beginning of the stream, we showed you guys the base of operation, and of course, you're familiar with this location if you've played the Division 1. That's your hub, your headquarters, if you will. And if, of course, it was very important for us to show you guys that we wanted to keep it and show it in its prime, basically. But in the Division Resurgence, you have higher stakes because now that the main threats have been eliminated and people have started
I
to
don't remember
regain
this,
hope in New York, and civilians start
I
to
don't need
come
to-
out a bit more. They're trying to rebuild themselves, to rebuild their communities.
This is
The
the
Spring
fake
Blossom
one, I
settlement
think.
is
Yep.
the personification of it, basically. It is a civilian community built by a bunch of civilians who just joined forces, and voila, they made this gorgeous settlement here in the backyard of some residential area. And yeah, they're just trying to live together. And your mission as an agent in the Division Resurgence is to help them thrive, protect them to the best of your abilities, and make sure that no harm comes their way, because that's what an agent is about, really.
I have a question from Cradle to the Grave.
This
Will
one
we be
is-
seeing classified gear come back like
I don't
Banshee,
need to-
Striker, Nomad, Deadeye?
That's a good question. This is not on our plans yet, but we are definitely
I
open to the
don't
idea
need
if
to.
you guys would be
And
excited
this
to
one,
see it.
I don't
Let
need
us
to.
know and we'll take it into account.
Now, talking about what's coming to the game, your job in a very, very real manner is deciding what comes to the game. Can you tell us about what you do on a day-to-day basis?
Well, it's very diverse in a way. So I am the lead content designer in the game, meaning that anything that is content related for based on the IP, on the for narrative reasons. So cosmetics, but also the narrative content for missions, any NPC that we implement into the game. I make sure that it is compliant with the Division as a whole. Make sure that this is a game that you guys can be proud of calling a Division entry, basically.
And so how do you decide what goes in, what doesn't go in? Is there anything you regret didn't get the cut, didn't make it?
Not really, because that's ultimately our prerogative to decide that. So we make sure that, and I'm a big Division fan, like by default, like before even working on the project. So basically we just make sure that everything is in line with it. And actually one of the things I'm most proud of is one of the new additions we've added in Resurgence is a new faction called the Freemen. And we really try to make it so that they feel connected to the open world. They feel connected to New York. Their presence is felt and believable, even though they were not there in the Division 1 and they are nowhere to be found in the Division 2 now. So how do we put them here? How do we make them part of such a tightly connected universe? So yeah, no, that's pretty much what we do, and it's a blast, to be honest. It's really a great job to do. I'm really lucky about that.
Awesome, thank you. I am told that the drops should be enabled, we've got a wonderful technician helping us out as well. And he has checked. In theory, they should be enabled for the Division Resurgence. So go ahead and check that your Ubisoft Connect account is linked properly with Twitch, and you should be good to go for that. Now, Irwan, I think it's time to get a bit of action here, because people love seeing us, of course, but I think they want to see the game. And I think we can go ahead and start a quick session in the Dark Zone, which is one thing that hasn't really changed, except it has changed.
It has changed, yeah.
So we're going to be waiting for our teammates to invite us in.
So I think I need
I
don't have another
one of the community members, moderators on the game, and he is going to invite us to his squad, and we'll be able to jump straight into the Division Resurgence.
I saw somebody saying that.
For those of you joining us, welcome. We are part of the Division team here at Ubisoft, and we're delighted that the game is now available to play for free on iOS and Android, so you can go ahead and try it out for yourself. And we are going to be showing you a bit about this game, but more specifically, the changes in the Dark Zone. Now, the Dark Zone...
You just want to see me die. You just want to see me getting killed by rogue agents.
I'm good for the...
Oh yeah,
you can
I love it. So yes, we are live, so this could definitely happen. You guys could definitely take us out, take Irwan out.
944.
Yeah,
nice.
That could be fun. Yeah, and I believe we're
okay. Let's go back to the build.
We've got a team assembling as we speak.
Yeah, we have a lot of high-level players, so I actually feel very safe with those guys.
We should be okay.
We should be okay. Yeah, you're level 16, but we have 2 level 40s. We have 1 level 31.
What's up, Robert?
What could go wrong?
Be okay.
What could go wrong?
I don't know if we'll be able to face any rogue agents currently, and if that's obviously the case, we'll have to go in solo after this, which means that you guys will have an opportunity of trying to snipe us down, basically stream snipe, which I, for once, will encourage you to do. Because it makes it more fun for us, and if it makes it more fun for us, it
just makes it more fun for you. It makes it more fun for you, not for me.
Now, one thing that has changed in the Dark Zone, and coming back to the aspect ratio of this stream versus the aspect ratio of the iPad we're playing on, one thing that's changed is that there is a 20-minute timer on the Dark Zone, which you cannot see. It's just slightly off screen for you guys. We've got 19 minutes and 20 seconds left on this timer. Now, the timer's been added for a very basic reason. It's to try and make the Dark Zone an activity that players can play on mobile. Because players on mobile tend to play shorter durations, shorter sessions than players on PC or console. And we wanted to be able to adapt the Dark Zone to make it rewarding for players who don't necessarily want to commit to a couple of hours at a go, maybe can't commit to that much time in a go. But by having it 20 minutes, you can play it while you're on the bus or on the train going to work, or
that is not good enough.
Or wherever you like to play mobile games, you can play a Dark Zone session, and that's absolutely fine.
I don't think I have a good
but
setup.
one thing I find that adds the timer adds is a sense of urgency
Yes,
that
for sure.
really pushes you. You have to extract in that time given to you.
Say, for example,
because
this one has
otherwise
a statue
you're
effect.
going to lose. And I wish you would stop trying to shoot your teammates.
It's the chaos of the fight.
Oh yeah.
I don't know who is who.
Okay, so we are reading the chat, and if you have any questions for us, go ahead and let us know. I'll do my best to
this one
answer
has,
those and pass them on to one if needed. But yeah, so this is the Dark Zone, and as usual, you can loot some really cool gear in the Dark
Yeah.
Zone and try and extract
easy
it
to
in
see.
time.
But
What happens if you don't extract the loot, one?
on my healer
You
build,
don't
I
get it.
want
Simple as that.
skill
The
haste
rational,
and
very much the
repair
same
skill.
than TD1 or TD2 Dark Zone. Everything you gather in the Dark Zone is
Backpack was,
contaminated. So, of course, if you want to be able to equip it, you need to decontaminate it first, and the way to do that is by extracting it. So if you don't extract
yeah, I
your
don't think I have a
loot,
better one.
it's still contaminated,
But
and you
I'm gonna
won't be
keep
able to have it
this.
equipped during the rest of your adventures. I don't know why I bother shooting. I should look at the spectacle given by my
You're being
teammates.
carried.
Take a little
completely
change.
Yeah,
this way.
right. 100. Oh, this one actually I managed to. Yeah, well, some damage.
But
Some-
when you go in solo, later on,
yes,
that's when the fun really starts. I've got a question in the chat here, which might seem obvious to lots of people.
I prefer fast hand.
those of you who are experienced in the division will know this one. Why can't I shoot my friends in the Dark Zone?
What?
because
what
you're
do
not
I
a
need-
rogue agent.
I'm not a
Sorry, not
rogue
a rogue
agent. So,
agent.
Erwan, tell us about rogue agents. What
I,
are rogue
about,
agents? Now, bear in mind, guys, lots of
the-
players are joining the division for the very first
What is it
time, and
called?
this might be their entry
This one.
into
The
the drug that
Stockbreaker.
is the division.
Is it-
and it's the
is
only
it
one I
be-
can
is it
recommend,
really
by the way,
better?
apart from
Or just,
paracetamol. So, what is a rogue agent?
So, rogue agent is basically an agent that disavowed the division. So the organization. Okay,
really.
there's one here.
But,
Okay, okay,
so
okay,
do
okay.
you guys have
Here we
more
are.
than one?
Okay, okay. I'm just
'Cause,
leaving. I cannot even say a
We
word.
have one.
I cannot even explain what a rogue agent is. That's a rogue agent. That's danger basically. In a word. Very, very,
Who
very.
is that?
I'm just gonna
That's
keep. Just gonna
Orion.
keep this one.
Did Orion go rogue?
And-
How dare he?
Okay, okay.
He wants
okay.
to keep the loot
People
for
with,
himself.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. I feel like he's just playing with his target
Using,
now.
DJ Dick was
You
down.
know I won't be able to
What
do
is it
anything
called?
to you, Orion. You're like,
Nah,
yeah.
nah. We'll ask the devs to ban his account. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay, okay.
That
Let's
will
give
work.
it all.
Shotgun
Let's give it all.
turret. What is it?
Let's
Okay,
try to
so
see what
drones
happens.
are out, and this is the first time
Ah,
you've
this
been
one.
using the
Prison.
drones actually. So
Yeah.
interesting to see what you can do against a level 40 character with your drones. But my guess is you're gonna have a hard time
Not much,
Oh.
not much. Now
And
I'm
do,
just
do you have
trying
more
to
than one?
go away from him.
playing hide and seek.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I just
seems
want
to
to
be-
let my drones deal with him. Why I okay? Well, you know, he's sustaining so much more than I can deal damage right
Sustain.
now. So,
Prison.
and I think it's okay. It's the end. Okay,
There
okay.
we
That
go.
was a great,
So this
great
explains
session. Yeah. Okay.
what
So that's a
going
rogue
is.
agent for you guys. Okay.
So, the Dark Zone. One of the problems of the Dark Zone is not only are the enemies higher levels, basically they're stronger. They're really
Yeah,
strong.
they're
You have
really
to be
strong,
careful in Dark Zone. I mean, even if you're confident going in solo, be careful because it is always dangerous.
Mhm.
But one of the main dangers you might face is actually other players, and other players can decide if they want
Which
to go rogue, which means that they will be able to attack other
Yes.
players and be attacked by other players as well. So going rogue can
Good chance. Good chance.
punishing.
Good chance.
it can be also very rewarding.
I
I
think
don't
it's
like.
very
I
exhilarating
don't like the
if you're
skin.
a high level player, being a rogue agent and just being the predator in the Dark Zone, being the apex predator in there. I think it's a great feeling. Wish I could know that with my current level, but obviously I won't.
Yeah.
Another point of being a rogue agent is that before that I told you about the extraction, and so the way it happens is you tie your loot to a rope when a chopper is above you, and that's how you extract them. Rogue agents are able to cut the rope, so basically they can just steal your loot when you think you are
I will.
safe and you've managed to
I will be ready when I
You know,
finish this.
get it
I
in a
have
safe
too
place.
much,
Did we
I
get
think
it?
Orion's going down. Yes.
Oh
much
yes,
crap
at
in
last.
my.
Nicely
Yeah,
played.
yeah, entirely thanks to me, of course.
Of course.
Of course, of course.
I like this one.
I'm
Yeah.
very glad you didn't teabag
Um,
him. That would have been disrespectful.
Yeah, that would,
I'm just gonna-
wouldn't it?
I have more
Come on.
players asking about emulator support, and we do not offer emulator support because the game isn't supposed to be on emulator. That's not how we designed it, but we are very happy
Okay.
that you guys are playing it on emulator. just make sure that you are aware of where you download the game from, because we do not want you to download illicit content, basically, and just be careful of what content you download in general from the webs. But yeah, if you're playing on emulator, definitely enjoy the game alongside us. We, as I mentioned, are cross-platform, which means you can play alongside your friends on emulator and jump in straight away onto your Android device just a minute later and continue playing with the same Ubisoft Connect account. And unfortunately, if you're having issues with emulators, we cannot help you. That's just asking too much from us. But we have got a very vibrant and active community out there, and there are many people who are happy to exchange tips and information about how they play on emulator and how maybe you can fix your own issues there.
Just bouncing back on a question I've noticed somewhere, because I think I might as well just be like the ASAV guy, the guy who shows you stuff. Someone was asking, how do we access the apparel in the game and how do we get to configure it? You go in the inventory and there's an apparel tab here that will present you with all your cosmetic options.
It's too bad
I
they
don't
don't
think it's
have
immediately.
No, you don't get it immediately.
client or something.
I think that's possibly why some players are confused when they
Yes.
come in.
Doesn't really
you
look
need
good
to
even on the
move forward a bit in the game. You need to first get acquainted with the game, with its core gameplay and how it works.
expertised.
We don't want to burden you too much with like features all at once. We want you to first appreciate the gameplay for what it is, and then you get to change your appearance, basically.
And that's also true with quite a few things in the game. It is a very complex game. It is a Division game, so obviously there's a lot that we have been able to build upon from the Division franchise, and that means that as you come in as a new player, you could be very quickly overwhelmed by how much is actually in here as a new player to the Division especially. And so to help people get used to the game, we have progressively brought out different elements of the game as your character progresses and as you learn to play the Division. So if you're a new player, you possibly won't get to access the Division fully at the start. You're going to be progressively unlocking things. For example, the Dark Zone, I believe, and you unlock at level 10.
Level 10, that's
correct.
Right.
And obviously cosmetics as well
a bit
later
level
after
32.
the tutorial. And you do get quite an intense tutorial straight from the start, which will plunge you into the heart of the story and of the missions. And while you're playing that tutorial, you are limited to certain parts of the open world. So if you're trying to find a friend, well, you just have to get through that tutorial quite fast. Luckily, it's not too long, but it does bring you through all the basics of the game. So
I would really recommend not skipping the tutorial, like really paying attention to what we are saying in the tutorial. Those are very important concepts that you need to understand, even more so if you are not a Division player at first. And that's why we try to be so careful in designing this tutorial, to make sure that all the key features and mechanics of the game are properly understandable for you guys. Just coming to show you that. We've called an extraction, so let's just extract the loot that we've earned here.
Anything cool
So
in the loot?
damage, good damage. good
Sorry?
damage,
Did you
good
find
damage.
anything cool?
I found what was on the
45
ground. I
good
just
chains,
left my comrades
okay.
pick
Let's
what they
hope I
thought
have
was
enough
best. And I'm just here to scavenge the rest.
chains.
Based on my contribution in this session, I felt like it would be selfish of me to pick some.
And the
We
last
have a
one,
quick question
good
from the
damage.
chat. Are there any Dark Zone exclusive items that we can only get in the Dark Zone?
We do have a Dark Zone vendor that provides you with exclusive items, notably an exotic weapon, Lady Death, that you can get by purchasing it with Dark Zone credits, which you earn by playing the Dark Zone. So,
And you can also just drop the Lady Death, I believe. I've had it in the
There's a
Dark Zone
little-
previously.
Yeah, I think those drops are very, very rare, but they can happen. But there's a very low chance of having it, so if you do obtain it this way, good for you. Enjoy your day and maybe play the lottery. Who knows?
Ironically, I think I dropped it last time I was playing live on stream.
You did?
Yeah.
No way. Okay. Wow.
But yeah, it definitely there is loot to be found that is exclusive to the Dark Zone. Quick question also: will those who spent money during the beta test receive their refunds in credits?
Okay.
Yes.
I think,
So just so that you
think
guys
we're
know,
good.
we have had a few tests.
I'm
in the
gonna
past,
save it
and
without
people have been able to
the
test
mod.
out the monetization part of the game, which is a crucial part of the game. Both for players and for us. This game is free to play, and there are obviously elements of monetization. We're not going to be shy about that. This is how we make sure
This
that
is
the
my
servers stay
rebuild.
alive and that the game
Heals.
comes out with improvements. So
Okay,
it is a mobile game, and you can obviously purchase things in the game. Now, one thing I want to say very briefly on this is that you do not have to.
No.
You can play the game and enjoy it fully for free if that's what you want to do. Purchasing items will presumably only really help you go faster. They won't really bring you much advantage apart from that.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a key message that's very important to reinforce. It's not a pay-to-win game. Like you can play the game, not pay for anything, and do very well. Most of the paid content will be cosmetics, and we are doing our best to make sure that we are you have in for your money, basically. But yeah, otherwise, there's nothing in the game that you gameplay-wise cannot gain for free.
So coming back to the question about players who have spent money in previous tests, yes, you will get a compensation. There is actually a nice compensation bonus up to 150% of your previous spend will be given back to you. So look forward to that. If you have issues with that, if you've noticed any discrepancies in the bonus package that you've got from previous tests, make sure that you reach out to us via the support page.
I have no idea.
Is submit a ticket through the support bot on the page, and we'll be able to look at that very, very quickly.
I'm just letting my comrades kill what's in front of me because obviously I can't.
Yeah, no, take your time, take your time. Stay in cover, stay in cover. So
and we're going for an extraction zone, another one. Let's extract for good this time. Let's see if I can get any.
Now, I mentioned that there was a 20-minute timer, and we are down to 6 minutes left on that timer, and I think, it's time to extract. But one thing I'd like to talk about very briefly is the different specializations. We've mentioned that this is the tech operator, which means that you get to use drones. Why did we implement different specializations? Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, for sure. We thought it would be a good way to decomplexify the game. In the edgy games, you get to choose all your gadgets. We felt like for an MMO game on mobile, with such complex systems as they are right now, it would be best if we just curate some playstyles based on the specialization. And so each specialization is really designed to enforce a specific way of playing. So, as I said, and I've hopefully showcased here, pretty poorly against level 40 enemies, but the tech operator is really about maneuvering striker drones and making them do the work, basically. But there are a bunch of other specializations that you've been able to see with DJ Tickle, Orion, and Tixi. For instance, the Bulwark, who acts as the tank, really, of the specializations. We have the Vanguard, who is very much weapon-based specialization that have SHG gadgets, of course, that you get to use, but really reinforce and try to reward your shooting and buff your stats and your ability to kill enemies with your own firearms. And we also have the Demolitionist, of course, which is, I think, one of the fan favorites in the game because it's just a bunch of explosions. Everything you do explodes at some point, which is always a lot of spectacle.
So one player says we're not going to address crashes. Well, actually, we could if you wanted to. I mean, yes, we had the crash a minute ago and booted it back up, and we're back in the game, and it was easy, really. No problems there. I mean, it's obviously it's a new game. We're still figuring a lot of things out, and if your game crashes, let us know, because that is information that helps us debug and understand why the game is crashing. If it's crashing for you, it's crashing for other people for sure.
Absolutely.
So any information we can get from you guys will definitely help us understand how to improve the game for other players as well as yourself. So yeah, no worries about that.
Please let us know.
Had we been on PC, I mean, chances are it would have crashed anyway. We're live on Twitch, so you know Murphy's Law. What's going to happen happens, and we'll roll with the punches. And you have been rolling with the punches quite well. You're surviving quite well so far.
Yeah,
I have to say, it's been quite impressive.
Almost done.
Now, one of my favorite specializations is the medic specialization. And what's interesting about specializations, and I want to use the medic as an example, is that you've actually got 2 different skill trees to choose from for
True.
each specialization, which can drastically change the way you play the game. So Bulwark, for example, is either way more DPS or way more tanky, depending on how you want to play. The medic
Problem
can
is with
either
the-
be full-on
This backpack, I can't play
heal
with this character.
or full-on toxic. So you could be really aggressive or very much a support character. And that's something I'm looking forward to be able to test now that we have more players on the servers. Going in as a proper medic, a proper support character is something I haven't really been able to test when I'm playing alone, but looking forward to as we go forwards. What is Resurgence? Is it mobile? Says one person in the chat. Yes,
It
welcome.
is, yeah.
The Division Resurgence is the mobile adaptation of the Division franchise, and we are in a brand new canon story. It's really important to mention this.
This is not a port from TD1 on
It's
mobile.
not a port of TD1. You could imagine it as an extension of TD1 in a certain way, because the story carries on.
It is an extension of TD1 story. So if you're curious to see what happens in New York between the Division 1
Level
and
38.
the Division 2 expansions, please join us and see what happens here.
One person in chat says, "You mobile." Well, sure, fine. If that's not for you, that's not for you.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'd still say
Totally okay.
try it out. I mean, it's free to play,
It's free.
so you might as well give it a go. And who knows? Maybe you might change your mind. I mean, I don't know. I used to not, like a lot of things.
It's an acquired taste. I agree, but it's really cool to know that a game that you usually love and play on PC or console is actually available in the palm of your hand, in the subway,
Yeah,
or in the loo.
Yeah, don't forget, guys. A lot of you might be watching this
All
on
of this-
a big screen, a PC monitor. Don't forget, this is actually running on an iPad, and I run it on. I can run this Division on the mobile device I have in my pocket, and that for me is quite.
Let me go back on
incredible,
my
to be really
my
honest.
character.
But again, your mileage may vary. If that's not for you, fair. That's totally
Need to
fair.
delete your
And
stuff.
again, it does work on emulator. Go ahead and try that. So.
Yeah. Apple. Apples are good, man.
Yeah.
I love apples.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite fruit?
Ooh,
Right?
tangerine.
Oh,
It sounds good. I've got no idea. It just sounds good.
mine is lemon.
Lemon's good as well.
Yeah.
Especially
Lemon
with
and tangerine. Heard about them?
bits of tequila.
Oh,
Yeah. That's a
Yeah.
good fruit, though.
right?
Yeah, very. Anyhow, I think we're getting sidetracked. What are we doing now? I think it's time to go in solo.
Right.
Yeah.
Shall we try the dogs on solo then?
I think it's
yeah,
time
you,
for a
you
Dark
really
Zone
want to see me
solo.
struggle. Yeah,
I-
yeah.
I
Yeah,
do
I
want to
feel
see.
you.
No, I
Yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah,
see
yeah, yeah.
you
Are you
put to
to
the
speak?
test. No,
Where's
that's not
my,
me.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? No for me,
Yes,
but if you like
Definitely
it,
yes.
please,
I'm a yes.
yeah, do what you like. I'm no one to judge.
This is my
Right now,
healing, this is
I'm
my
into
striker.
mangoes.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
How is it?
Oh, unlock 60 FPS. Okay. So back onto the topic of FPS
Yes.
very, very briefly, because we've mentioned this before, but
I need to
we
update my
have
striker.
capped FPS for a lot of devices simply because it enables us not only to make sure that the game runs smoother on as many devices as possible, but also helps us debug faster by knowing exactly what devices are able to play, basically. But we have heard a lot of people ask to uncap FPSs
Yes.
for especially higher-end devices. And that's something that the team is definitely looking into, but don't hold your breath on that one. It's something that we know a lot of people are looking forward to, but we haven't got any real plans yet for that. Now, one thing I wanted to mention before I completely forgot what I was going to say.
What did you want to say?
So we're in the dark zone. We're in the dark zone.
We're in the dark zone. Hey, and I'm solo.
We have 20 minutes on the timer.
Yeah.
Everyone is solo in the dark zone. What's your goal?
Survive, first and foremost.
So, come on, you must have an objective.
Yeah, and that's what we are going to look together, actually. Where do you want me to go, James? Let me know. What do you
I want you to go into a highly contaminated zone so we can talk about that.
All right, so maybe... So the contaminated areas, there are plenty. In the dark zone, as you can see, those are the purple areas here. Highly contagious, highly dangerous, of course. Let's make sure that we pick the right one, meaning the one where I may not die.
So I've just remembered what I wanted to say.
What did you want to say?
We
I don't know if I
originally
should,
were hoping to be able to launch this game some
have, like, some
time
time.
back, and obviously we've had tests and we've been improving the game a lot. And one of the things that has evolved maybe faster than the game itself is capacity. The capacity of most mobile phones out there, mobile devices out there. And while we are, as coming back to the question of, capped FPS.
So I guess I should
while
have
we
my
understand
Strike
that a
Walker
lot of
on my main
players want
character.
to be able to play on higher FPS. Don't forget that also a lot of players
This
don't
one is
have
at,
the phone
expertise
or
30
device that you may
in
have
the,
today. And so, yeah, we've really tried to make this game available to as many players as possible, because we know that would be the strategy that gives us the best chance of surviving as a game and as a development
see how it
team,
goes.
is by having as many players as possible. And ultimately, that is the best solution also for you guys, because it means more game to play. I suppose.
Yeah.
15.
We try to make it as frictionless as possible for everyone. So if you have a high-end device, great, you can play in a great quality setting, but you should also be able to play it if you don't have as good of a phone or a device as it is. So yeah, that was the rationale, as you rightly explained.
There is a question that is very dear to my heart, because it annoys me tremendously. Is there an option to remove the important markers, so the little yellow exclamation dots on
55
UI elements?
Yeah, so those markers are, as you can guess, of course, are notifications. So there's no possibility really,
That's good enough.
except just accessing the notification. But that's definitely a feedback that we've seen a bunch. So yeah, not confirming anything, but just know that we are listening to you guys. So yeah, please send this type of feedbacks our way.
So I guess one thing to note is that we actually have a lot of different elements of progression through the game. So not only your character progresses, but your specialization progresses, your weapons progress, your SHD level progresses. There are lots of different elements that we are keeping track of, and lots of things that you can improve as you go, which also means lots of rewards that you can collect along the way. Now, most of these exclamation marks, if not all of them, point to something that you can collect, something you can check, something you can improve. And that's why we have them in game. Now, yeah,
and it's also arguably it's a game that it's very important to keep up with in terms of progression and making sure that your gear is always to the highest possible level. Make sure that you are able to optimize to the best of your abilities. So that's why we are trying to enforce that through notification and markers. So I know some of you, it might scratch you guys the wrong way, but we feel it's really necessary to make sure that you are always the best gear possible to enjoy the game as much as you can.
Now, we've got 16 minutes left on the counter.
And we are in a contaminated area. So as you can imagine, you see a lot of bodies piling up here. So pretty easy to imagine why it's that contaminated here.
Now, tell us what happens about what difference does it make to you being in a contaminated area?
So in the contaminated area, you have an infection gauge that you can see to the right of my HP bar. And as you can see, this gauge is slowly rising up.
It's supposed to be cheaper tomorrow.
I can stay here
so
for a
I'll
while,
do that,
for sure. I could chill a bit.
Hopefully I have
but
enough
if this gauge reaches 100%, my gas mask won't be able to protect me anymore. And I'll just die of contamination. So let's just pick up the loot, because that's a good reason for you to go to a contaminated area, is to pick up some pretty valuable stuff here. Yeah, but then you need to be on your way. You can also use the contaminated areas just as a shortcut venture where people wouldn't dare going, just to be faster where you want to. Oh, there's a rogue agent somewhere.
Now, we've had a notification of a rogue agent.
I don't know what I can
potentially someone is
delete.
hunting you, and it does mean that potentially you have to be very careful what you do.
Maybe we should be the ones hunting them. What do you think, James?
Can you do that?
Let's do it.
Are you capable?
Capable, I don't know, but I'm willing, and that's, I feel, the most important for now.
I have a question in chat which I find quite amusing. Is there a way to fix the mouse not working in Android? Because technically, yes, you could.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good point. Fair enough.
It's not something we're necessarily looking into right now, I have to say.
Yeah.
So, one thing to note about the contaminated area is that you have to be very careful about not staying in it too long. When you open up the map, there are quite a few things you can look out for. So obviously the red markers will be any enemies or activities. No, activities? Would it be an activity or just an enemy group to take down?
Yeah, well, you can call it an activity. There's enemies.
You've also got the yellow extraction markers.
Yeah, honestly,
right now, but there are
that's
other
someone calling an extraction. That's where we're heading, actually. Because my guts are telling me that there might be a rogue agent lurking somewhere, or that might try to catch up with players who try to extract. So, let's see.
But there aren't just extraction areas as well. We've also got on the map some yellow markers indicating a small house. Can you tell us about what players can expect to find in those locations?
Yeah, absolutely. So those are safe houses because still there are some safe places in the dark zone. So those safe houses will allow you to interact with what we call the smugglers, which is a hidden network of people, of characters in the dark zone that, provided you give them some currency that we call dark zone funds that you can gain by just playing the dark zone. It's not a paid currency. In exchange for this currency, you will have some benefits. One of them being that you will be able to extract your loot without going through an extraction, which is a huge bonus for you. You'll also be able to gain other bonuses, such as knowing where all players are on the map, which can be useful for purposes. You may want to be a lone wolf and want to avoid them. You might want to find them oppositely. Maybe you're a rogue hunter. You're a rogue agent, sorry, and it's always good to know where players are and where the easiest prey will be located. So, yeah.
I have a question for you from the chat. Will the game also include the exotic weapons Chatterbox, Bullet King, and Pestilence?
That's a great question.
I feel like that person might have.
Let's try.
Yeah, maybe. Let's just say I cannot divulge much more
I need
right
to practice
now.
my DPS.
It's an interesting question.
It's a very interesting question. Yes.
We have Plaximity in the chat saying, so this is literally Div 1 and Div 2 smashed together on a mobile game. What's your answer to that?
I think it's more than that.
It's as if they had a very small baby you can fit in your pocket.
Yeah. It's their cousin. It's their cousin.
Yeah.
Their cousin who lives their own life, has their own story, their own adventures, but it's still in the same family, so you can recognize them. It's their brother, actually.
We've been very privileged that we were able to work alongside Massive for so many years. And
absolutely.
Work with them on this game, because truly it wouldn't be possible without them. Specifically, as you mentioned Div 1, I think of the story. As you mentioned Div 2, I think of so many of the improvements that were brought into the game with Div 2 compared to Div 1 or after Div 1. And I think of all those things and feel like, without these two games, this definitely would not exist.
No,
so many reasons. And without the people at Massive with whom we've been working and can continue to work and collaborate, we couldn't do this. So
massive thanks to them. No pun intended. Pun intended.
Definitely intended.
Definitely intended.
They must be so sick of that.
Yeah. But thank you guys. Thank you guys for helping us, making it possible.
So for example, the story is a key element of the game. And we are writing a new part of that
I was
story.
watching a guy playing...
How does that work? Actually,
escalation,
how does that work with the guys at Massive? Can you just say, I want this character in game, and they say, sure, go for it?
So it's we try to keep our own identity and have our own narrative skeletons. So at first it starts with, I think, us being very cognizant, cautious of what has been established first, and making sure that we are not asking for the moon, basically. So we just start with a couple ideas that turn into some sort of narrative outline, a skeleton of our ideas, without going into too much detail, but just figuring out what's going to happen in the story and what's going to happen next, what characters we want to introduce, return, and we discuss it with them. And so far we've been very lucky that we've never had like a hard no-go on anything we wanted to do, because I feel like it's also a reward of us being very cognizant, as I said, of what we can and cannot do in the franchise, based on the game, based on the IP itself and its universe, because of course every universe has rule and it has to have rule to be realistic. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And we submit it to Massive, we share it with them, and we see how they feel, we see if they have maybe any ideas to improve what we have, potentially to connect it in some way. So yeah, that's pretty much how it happens. And again, thank you very much to the guys over at Massive for collaborating this way with us.
Amazing. You're able to say all that whilst taking out enemies.
Right?
I'm impressed.
I'm a triple threat to that regard.
So one thing you've been able to collect in the Dark Zone are Dark Zone credits. Talk a bit about what these can be spent on.
You know what? I'll show you after this session. But Dark Zone credits, you can spend them at a specific character in the open world called the Dark Zone Vendor, which will provide you with exclusive reward that you can gain by spending those dogs on credits, notably the Lady Death exotic weapon and some other interesting stuff, but I'll try to show you guys once we are extracted here.
So one quick question in the chat is, where do we claim Twitch drops in the game? Bear in mind that you still have to progress a bit in the game before unlocking the different elements of UI that will enable you to access the Twitch drops, but it's basically in your event center, so that's one of the icons at the top of your screen, and if you have redeemed something out of game, you will get an extra little page on the right hand side of your screen now, which will enable you to grab those, and once you've done that and redeemed them, they will be in your stash waiting for you. Feels like a lot of steps, but it enables us to have quite a lot of different things you can find out of game. So currently Twitch drops, and who knows what might come later. We're planning a few activations in social, and there should be some fun things for you to look out for. Now, bear in mind that there are 7 minutes left, more or less, on the counter. Oh,
I get the
doesn't look
not rogue yet.
not rogue yet. So
Now you called this extraction. You can still use it.
You can still use. Yeah, absolutely. As long as an extraction is called, so there's a notification on everyone's screen, so people know I called an extraction. They know which extraction has been called. They know where to go. So if you are a good agent, a nice one, you can just go and be like, hey, let's take this opportunity to extract my loot as well. Maybe help out a fellow agent. If you're, let's say, a bit more chaotic, you're thinking, easy targets. They are occupied with dealing with those enemies, and they very well might go and just kill you, steal all your loot. But that
So
doesn't seem to be the case
one
here.
option here. The goal is, once you've attached your loot to the helicopter, you then have to defend it.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay. But once you've defended it, and once the enemies are down, the helicopter really isn't gone yet. So that's still an option for you as an agent to come in as a rogue agent and then cut the loot off
Exactly.
from the helicopter and grab it for yourself. But
That's not what we've done here.
This
but
guy hasn't done that. So he's been, and off he goes. Bye. But you've still got 6 minutes in here.
maybe we should do the same, so I can show you guys the vendor.
Okay,
What
let's
do you
do that.
think?
Yeah, we'll have to
Let's
try.
do that.
All right.
So here we go for the extraction. I didn't see if you've got anything interesting.
The Dark Zone.
I got a couple
results.
stuff, but let's see. There is a recap at the end of every Dark Zone session where you get to
I wonder if the
see all
vibe
the
is
loot
different.
that you've collected. So yeah, let's wait for the nice
So
little
one
cinematic to
question
play.
in the chat,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's really a question, is why play this game? It looks like Div 1 anyway. Yes, but it's on mobile
It's on
devices,
mobile,
and
it's-
it's a new
yeah.
part of the story, and it brings lots of new things anyway, so yeah, why not? Why not play the game? I mean, honestly,
I
worth
think it's a
trying.
compliment actually. People saying to us it's
Oh,
like the
I don't
Division
have
1. Well,
Guinness?
yeah, that was the point, and we're very happy that people feel this way because that really was at the core of our intention when making the game. But we also try to go a bit further than that and to provide some new stuff, notably a new story, new faction, the Freemen that we have not seen much of right now, but we've done extensive work to present them to you guys. There's a bunch of trailers on that. We've done previous live streams where we've tried to let me try to see if I can access the
One quick question. One quick question. Sorry. If an agent is on the rope, can you shoot them?
You cannot.
Okay, so as soon as you start going up that rope,
Once you're on that rope,
It's my-
exactly.
Okay, awesome. And another question in the chat is about creating different characters. So we currently allow 3 characters, I
That's right,
believe,
yeah.
per server. So that's a total of 9 currently. So if that's your thing, go for that. But you shouldn't need to, because you can switch specializations. So the
Exactly.
one thing that you might
What?
think would be limiting
3 characters
the
per server?
specialization is not, because at any point in
we
time
only
you can go
had,
ahead and
one.
respec, and I don't believe it costs you anything to do so. You might have to grind up a few
have
of
to
your
check.
specialization talent trees, but
Yeah, but it doesn't cost you anything. Actually, we kind of encourage you guys to experiment as much as you can. Like at the beginning of the game, we ask you to choose a specialization. Of course, you've been playing for like 5-10 minutes. It would be unfair
can't keep,
for us to ask
can't
you
keep
to
all of this
keep
build
this
in my,
one no matter what. So no. You are completely free to change your specialization. You can do it from this menu actually. And here
Okay,
you
let's
can
go
have
back,
all the specializations.
I will do
available
my
here.
weekly project
And you
when the
just
new season starts.
So let's say I want to be a demolitionist,
But
or
this
I
is an
want
XP.
you, James, to be a demolitionist because this is your account.
yeah, go for it.
Honestly,
go for it.
I don't know what
Demolition
else
is
to do
yours.
for
Hate you for it,
the,
but
for
sure,
the
go for it.
inventory.
The only
And there
thing
you go.
lazier
I
than a
think I'm
spec
gonna
tech
take a quick
operator
stop here.
is a demolitionist in my
Mm.
mind.
Yeah, but with some panache and spectacle because there's so much more explosions. As you
It
can
goes
see.
boom. I
Yeah.
mean, well,
Yeah, Demolition is just boom. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Question about specializations. Any
Striker,
more to come?
Jammer, Diagnostic,
That's
Morozova.
definitely plans for us. Yes. Yeah.
This is my
Stay
tank
tuned,
build.
stay
Tuned for it. Yeah.
Secret,
Can
secret,
I use
secret.
it?
And let us know
Backfire.
actually, because we are really trying to combine the best of both worlds.
build, I don't
Meaning
remember
that
what
we
it
are trying
was.
to bring back iconic SSD gadgets from the Division 1 and 2. That's why we have the Seeker Mine, we have the Striker Drone, we have the artillery turret.
Tempest. I
But
like
we also
I
try
like this
to bring our touch, and that's also another new thing that we
Retaliation. This one
added in
I
the
got
game
it
is
on
bunch
on
of new
YouTube.
SSD gadgets. You can see
okay.
them on several specializations. The Bulwark, for instance, with
build.
Shockwave Spike MK2, which is one of my favorite new skills
Resilience.
we've implemented. So
This
yeah,
build, I
and so
never
if you
got
have
to
any
use it.
fan favorite gadget that you'd like to see, please let us know.
One question I have in the chat, I don't know if you want
Honestly,
to
I
answer
don't know
this
what,
one, is why did we choose to develop this on Unreal and not Snowdrop? Which is an interesting question, I think.
Okay.
But I don't know if you
Can I make a-
So
can I
yeah,
make
I'm
a
not
blue
that
striker
versed into the
on this
technical aspect
character?
of it. So yeah,
Let's see.
unfortunately I cannot answer for you. Sorry.
Up.
Wonderful. Okay, so moving back to the chat, don't forget we are reading you guys. We probably
Yes.
won't stay live for too long because we do
Go.
have to go back and do some work eventually. However nice it is to be with you guys here. What are you showing us right now?
I am showing you guys the Dark Zone vendor, as I've discussed with you. So
Yes.
this is the vendor. And this is where you get to exchange your Dark Zone intel for cool rewards. Weapons, materials.
What do I have to?
You've got 505 Dark Zone credits,
Yeah.
which you collected. Now, we haven't been in the
Uh,
Dark Zone until today,
Yeah.
which means that this is what you've collected in just those 2 sessions.
Exactly.
Now, yeah, sure, you were carried for one of it, but fine.
So as you can see, there is the Lady Death exotic weapon available here, along with a bunch of
Let's see.
materials to improve and refine it. And finally, you can also get the Rogue Agent cosmetic set. If you really are this type of agent,
Oh,
go to the Dark Zone, earn your credits, and
So there's
spend everything there.
a quick message in chat, which I'd like to
35
quickly
weapon
answer.
damage.
Restricting the free will to choose which game settings will not get you more players. Again, we understand your request
Yes.
to be able to choose your own settings. We have implemented it the way it is currently to be able to not only make the game more available to more players,
50%.
but also help us in debugging and understanding what's working, what's not working. And that is why it's there. But we have most definitely heard your voice, and this is something
One
that we're
quick
looking
chance.
into.
I
And
need to-
can't say if it's something we will do. I do not know that. But we have heard you guys,
Yeah.
and one of the things that we want to do is to try and do
55,
as much
that's
that
good
you
enough.
guys want to see as possible.
Yeah.
Again, currently, our focus is getting up and going, really.
Yeah.
And we started yesterday with a blast. It's been amazing. We've got so many people already joining us, which is insane. We are incredibly happy to be with you guys, and
Yeah.
very honestly, very happy to see how few issues there are so far. Yes,
Right,
there are
yeah,
some. That's
there
fine.
are some. Of course, like
But-
any live game that launches, that's normal. And
Exactly.
thank you very much for your kindness and patience, because we know that we see that you guys are understanding about it.
Yeah,
And that's
we've-
super cool from you.
We've
so
received thousands of messages
should I
to
keep,
customer
my
support
armor?
asking for help, sharing bugs
No,
and reports
I'm
and
gonna switch it
feedback,
to Gunner.
and that's exactly how we are able to improve the game for you. So yeah,
Yeah.
trying to read the chat again.
Yeah,
but
yeah, trying to read at
I
the
think
same time. Yeah.
I think we are going to be leaving you guys for today.
Thank you,
once
Living
again.
Trey, for the kind message.
Once again, this will be the Division Resurgence. It is now available for free on iOS
Yes.
and Android, and emulator if that's your thing. But we can't offer support on emulator. It is available on iOS and Android for free. Go ahead and try it out. It is a canon game in the Division franchise. We pick up just after the events of Division 1 globally. And before, obviously, the events of Division 2. We're back in New York. We are MMO, so you can play with your friends. We are cross-play, which means that you can play with friends on Android if you're on iOS, or if you're playing on emulator. If you have Android and iOS, you can play on your iPad and then switch to your phone and continue your experience
see,
with your
because-
same account. What else can I say?
Thank you again.
Just launched.
Thank you so
yeah.
much for all the support. Yeah, we're so glad to be here. So glad to be launched.
Make sure
And,
to
yeah.
join us on Discord, on Twitter, where we share a lot
we
of
have,
news, and if you prefer
we have
Instagram, we're
some
there as
fresh
well.
agents.
We're also enjoying TikTok a bit, but we're
Well,
mostly sharing
be able to
information
help.
on Discord and Twitter. We've just announced, by the way, a new Agent of the Week event where one of you guys can be showcased every weekend and earn some small cool rewards, but more importantly earn a nice in-game title which should be exclusive. Make sure it works before we start sending things out. But in theory, you guys can share your experience of research with us.
Everything. I think I've thanked people more than enough, but again, thank you so much for all the support. So happy that this is finally released, that we finally get to show you what we've been working for so long. And yeah, I think that everyone in the team is super excited. This is only the beginning, so stay tuned with us. Please keep spreading the good word. Download the Division Resurgence.
Yeah.
Let us know.
I don't know
for
what build people use on Legendary.
Thanks. We read you in social
I know some just go with
we
the
listen
red.
to you. So
We'll
yeah,
read your feedback, and if you want to provide feedback, go ahead and send it to us. You can either do it via the customer support website by submitting a ticket, or you could share it directly with us by tagging us on Twitter or coming onto Discord and just talking to us. That also works. And if you really enjoy the game, go ahead and leave us a rating on the different stores where you can find the game. That absolutely helps us out, and it's a great way of also sharing just your enjoyment of the division in general. Yeah. Thanks a ton for being with us, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Johan, for playing with
thank
us
you for having
today.
me, James.
I'd like to thank our kind friends Tixie, Orion, and
Not Orion.
Not Orion.
No.
Don't thank Orion.
Yeah, no.
Shame on you.
Shame on Orion. But
But yeah,
thanks. Still
it
thanks.
was great to have you guys with us, and we'll hopefully be back live in about 2 weeks. Maybe not that one, maybe someone else. I might change it around.
You're sick of me?
Anyhow, you guys will know more on Twitter very soon. Cheers, have a great afternoon, have a great day, whatever, wherever you are in the world, and see you very soon in
See you guys.
Research.
Take care.
Chut. Aïe aïe aïe. Aïe aïe aïe.
Traumatisme important détecté.
This is not good. Aïe aïe aïe.
Agent neutralisé. L'agent ne présente plus de signes vitaux. Un agent a besoin d'aide.
Dun, 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 dun. Boom, boom.
Agent à terre. Assistance médicale immédiate nécessaire.
Aïe aïe aïe.
Un agent a quitté votre groupe. Agent à terre.
Ah ouais. can see. Oh.
Un autre agent a rejoint votre groupe. Un agent n'est plus dans votre groupe. T'inquiète, je vais te couvrir. Un autre agent est maintenant dans votre groupe.
Shit. That's a lot of drones. I think a little expertise would help on
Traumatisme important détecté.
we did it.
Assistance médicale immédiate nécessaire.
I think there's more than one. Oh. And then
Signes vitaux critiques. Un agent a besoin d'aide.
eh,
Agent à terre.
ta-dum, ta-dum. Attends, recognize that icon.
Agent immobilisé.
That's nice. Does Miguel Alejandro give you more damage? I never used it. Can see. Oh. Boom, 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 boom. Oh shit. We too close.
A besoin d'aide.
Too many drones.
Signe vitaux critique.
Wow.
Agent alerte.
Boom, boom. Too many drones.
Traumatisme important détecté. Agent à terre. Signe vitaux critique. Agent tué.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop here. Let me grab
Vous avez
boom, boom, boom. Let's go back to the warehouse. I mean, I made some room in my inventory, but I don't think it's enough. I have to delete more stuff. I don't think I have any. Oh, the star event is gone. Square. Well, that was fun. We should get the patch notes. Oh, maybe later, maybe tomorrow. I'm gonna have to check that. But yeah, new season tomorrow, and there was a lot of stuff. We'll see. We'll check that tomorrow. We should get the maintenance. They always say 5 hours. But, we'll see. Sorry. Yeah. Have a good day. Have a good night, and I'll catch you tomorrow.